Merry meet fairy souls, it is Niina and I am back with more awesome Finnish pagan holidays, and today's topic is Mikonpäivä, Day of Mikko. In Finland, Mikonpäivä is also known as Mikkelinpäivä, and Mikkelinpäivä it comes from the day of Saint Michael, obviously. And Mikonpäivä it took place about a few weeks ago now that I'm filming. It's beginning of October, or second week of October. So Mikonpäivä it was in the 29th of September. And the old name for Mikonpäivä was actually Passinpäivä in Finnish, and that literally means Day of the Ram. So all the Finnish pagan holidays, they are based on the agricultural world. And many of these holidays we do not celebrate anymore because Finland it's not really an agricultural society these days. But they were still celebrated about 100 years ago and thousands and maybe millennia before that. One thing that is very interesting about Finnish pagan holidays is that there's lots of animal connections there and animal associated to different Finnish pagan holidays. And Mikonpäivä that is associated to Passi, the ram. Mikonpäivä it was known as the gate to winter. It was the start of winter. Talvenportti, the gate to winter. And opposite to that was Vappu, which is like Finnish version of Beltane, which was Portti kesään, the gate to summer. Some of the traditions that belonged into Mikonpäivä was that it was officially the last day of the harvest. So after that Mikonpäivä, it was time to move from outdoor works to indoor works. And in Finland it gets cold in the winter, so it was time to take all the cattle out from the fields back inside. Mikonpäivä it also started a week which was called Runtuviikko. And Runtuviikko was official free time for the servants. So servants of different houses and in different farms, they would have that week off completely. And Runtuviikko, it was known for having lots of dances, parties, celebrations, meetings and weddings. That women, they would dress up very well on Mikonpäivä, and especially when they brought the cattle inside from the fields. And then when the horses, they were brought inside from the fields, people actually made these arcs from branches, and the horses, they would walk through the arc into the shelters. So when I read and do research on these pagan festivals and holidays, one thing that really comes across again and again was the people's really high respect for the animals, for the wild animals, and also for the livestock and the cattle and the pets and all animals really, because in the agricultural world people were dependent on the well-being of the animals really, same way as they were dependent on the well-being of the land and the way how well they took care of the land, because their lives were dependable on all those things. Mikonpäivä was also time when people did sacrifices for the house spirits and spirits in the farm and spirits that lived in the forest and in the fields and all the spirits, especially the ones that lived in the house and the spirits that took care of the family or the whole area where people lived. And in some places people sacrificed silver or drops of silver, carved silver, under the spirit tree or the fairy tree. You have all seen my videos from the fairy trees, haven't you? And then it was also very common custom to sacrifice some porridge for the elf or the spirit that lived in riihi. I don't really know a good translation for riihi. It's like this building, Scandinavian/Slavic, in Scandinavian and Slavic cultures where people used to dry grain back in the days. I don't think they really exist anymore in that many places, but there was a spirit that lived in riihi and people gave some porridge for that particular elf. elf or spirit fairy, whatever you want to call it. In Finland we call them tonttu. In eastern Finland there was a custom to sacrifice a sheep or a ram. The inner organs of the ram or the sheep, they were taken to the spirit tree or the sacred tree of the family, and they were buried underneath the sacred tree, and the head or the skull was hanged into the tree, and then people ate the rest of the lamb in the dinner party. And some other foods that people ate during mikonpäivä were potatoes, porridge, cheese, cabbage, and they served lots of beer. Obviously it's Finland. In Karelia there was also very similar celebration, and in Estonia there's also similar celebration, but I will get into that later in my more Estonia focused video. So in Karelia there was this celebration called Pokrova or Pokrov, which is Russian and actually means the bill of Virgin Mary. And Pokrov in Russian, that translates as protection or safety. There was expression part of Pokrov which said, don't move the earth after Pokrov. And don't move the earth, that would mean don't do the farming work anymore because the earth goes to sleep now. It was end of the farming time and it started the hunting time. So during the winter people obviously could not farm anything and people had to stay inside, and if people wanted food they had to go fishing or they had to go hunt some animals. And this is why it was so important in Northern Europe in general and in Northern Eurasia to have very good crop each summer so that people would have enough bread for the long winter months. There was a custom to take all those last straws of grain or whatever people did harvested and take them to the pagan worshipping places like sacred groves. Then in Orthodoxian areas people took those grains and they took them inside the house and put them next to the pictures of the saints and blessed the last grains, and then those grains were given to the cows to eat. There was all kinds of superstitions related to Pokrova. One of them was that during the night of Pokrova, all the horses they had to wear their warps, I hope that's the right English word, during the night, and when they did that during the whole next year, the horse would not suffer from coldness. In Ingria there was a custom that when ladies took the cattle inside from the fields into the shelter, they also chanted these gratitude songs for the spirits of the earth. It's quite a nice custom really. I hope you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up if you liked it and subscribe to my channel for more Finnish pagan holidays and other cool stuff. Take care and I will see you soon. Bye bye. Thank you for watching. If you're interested to learn more about Finnish mythology and folklore and ancient customs and beliefs, I have an 8-week online course called The Heart of Mielikki, which is a deep dive into the world of Finnish mythology and all the different deities and legends. You can find more information about it on my website, fairychamber.com, and I will also add the links to the description. Have a great day, make good choices, and I will see you next time. Bye! Thank you so much for listening. If you are interested to learn more about mythology and folk tales, check out my online courses. Links are in the description. Bye!